How's everybody doing today? It's the new legal representing Di-RREC Gaming. We're coming to talk about a good issue here today that I think needs to be talked about. We're going to do an audio check, make sure everything's sounding clear. But I want to say thanks to everybody who shows support. Thanks to everybody who, like me, is down on the bottom, who just feels like, hey, regardless of your platform, regardless of your gaming status, you stick true to who you are and know gaming. Hey, you have a voice, and your voice should be respected. This gaming thing of ours will never be devoured. Real gamers know what I'm talking about. And there's just something wrong when we have people out here in the gaming community that truly doesn't understand the beauty of gaming and the community of it. Before I get into the show today, I want to say Ori and the Will-O-Wisp is a fantastic game. A great game that's worth all the attention it gets. Nothing but respect. The devs on the Xbox side of things are doing a great job as they're leading us into the future. Xbox always gets kicked down, but it's just good to see the hard work from the Xbox team paying off one game at a time. And as to why I'm going to represent it today as I talk on my subject. So once again, thanks to everybody that supports Di-RREC Gaming. Thanks to everybody that comes play with the new legal. And I want to give a special shout out to my man, Old School G. Let's get to it, y'all. People out here are losing their minds. And today we would call them fanboys, and you guys already know how I feel about that. It's not, don't give the word fanboy a wrong personification, description. Please don't do that. It's okay to be a fanboy. It's okay to be a fan of a certain console or a type of PC build that you do with the brand of the company that you use. Look, there's nothing wrong with any of that stuff. We're fans at heart. There's nothing wrong if you just like everything, you know? There's nothing wrong with that because that is part of our culture. That's just the way it is. But this isn't about that. This is about the pure stupidity and the idiots in these streets that give gaming a bad name. And honestly, it doesn't even give gaming a bad name because gaming takes care of itself. Because the real gamers take care of gaming. With all this stuff going on, people, with all this stuff, the coronavirus, events shutting down, people's health, like I said on one of my last clips, is the most important thing. And if it's true that these companies are protecting devs and us in these conventions and stuff, then the conventions are not worth people's health risk. But to sit here and lose our minds over one word called exclusive. The word exclusive has become so toxic that it doesn't even make sense anymore. I mean, people are not allowing it to be the great thing that it should be. And that's the sad part about it. Exclusive, to me, was always something that never really truly resounded into something that meant something negative towards a gamer as to, hey, if it's over here, you're stupid or you're dumb because you couldn't play it on a platform that you preferred. It never was about that. Actually, people kind of understood exclusives back in the day. I mean, it never crossed your mind that Mario was going to be on Sega or anything like that, man. You just respected it. That's the word that sees fit for this situation right here. The word respect. You respect the fact that these companies have certain games that they have that the other ones don't have. You respect that type of stuff. You know, nobody really tripped out for that stuff, man. And that's stuff that we got to understand that needs to be understood today. And if you're having a hard time understanding that now, times have changed. Business models are different from what they used to be. That's not a company's fault that you can't keep up with the times. That's your fault. And for you to come out in the real world and be stupid is a disservice to your own self. And we got people who are willing to be that way towards themselves. That's the funny part about it. I mean, that's not really the funny part about it, but that's the funny part about it. Is that they'll really, truly be a disservice to themselves. That kind of attitude does not help the gaming industry at all. It doesn't help it at all. And there's many reasons as to why people buy the certain consoles that they have. Many reasons. It's not just exclusive content. Come on, people. Like, that's the stupid notion that that's the only reason why people buy these consoles. And you have these people that sit up here and make up excuses for themselves. Now listen, your reason to buy a console may not be the same reason as to what the next person buys their console for. And yes, exclusive content does matter. That's my opinion. I mean, what company wouldn't think that? But when you're when you make plans, like Microsoft is doing to reach as many gamers as they possibly can, exclusivity isn't the whole focus anymore. It cannot be. It cannot be the sole focus because you got to try to reach people. And when it comes to gaming, gaming is so beautiful that when you are trying to reach people and you put your gaming in a situation that can be used to reach as many people as possible, that's the fine meaning of gaming. Gaming shouldn't be limited due to the fact of just exclusive content only. It should never be, it should never be restricted to that. It should always be used as a strategy purpose. And that's the difference. People going on social media acting a damn fool, tagging devs who, man, they're busy. They're making games for our pleasure. They're doing what they are supposed to be doing so we can sit here today and have a good time on whatever platform we prefer to play on. And we got people tagging devs now. I mean, where's the respect? Where's the respect? And, you know, you have them all across the board. But today, we got to call a spade a spade. And, man, these Sony fans out here, you're not making yourself look good by having idiots do things like this. When Sony has been telling you for almost 3 years now that they want to focus on services too. There is no company that is not going to influence itself by not looking at Microsoft's model, man. Microsoft is a very smart, successful company. It's not, companies that want to be smart and successful are going to follow Microsoft. You can't make that up. That's just the way it is. If that makes you mad, that's your problem. But there are many reasons as to why people buy consoles. Right now, the Xbox has a special controller made for kids that have disabilities. You can't buy that controller just on any platform. Now look at all the platforms that there is in gaming. And Xbox platform with Microsoft and Windows 10 is the only platform that has a controller like that. Why? Because they're thinking about gamers. They're thinking about people. They're not just thinking about the brand. They're thinking about gaming as a whole. And gaming is meant to be fun. Nobody should be left out of having fun with gaming. Nobody. Nobody. And that's the whole point of it. There are certain things that people just like within a certain company because of the things that it offers. Now, that's understanding a console war. It has nothing to do with talking crazy to people, making fun of devs and situations within the community just because you think certain things should go the way you want them to go. We're grown men out here. You expect kids to do stuff like that. But these are grown men making absolute fools out of themselves on social media in the gaming industry. It seems like Sony really wants to get away from all of this. It seems like they didn't take you guys serious, but you guys are waking them up. And they're like, what the hell have we created? I mean, they took everything we did like super seriously. When Sony was just making fun jabs themselves, all that stuff about how to share and stuff, those things were just fun jabs, man. They're not doing that to destroy the Xbox brand or, you know, kill off Microsoft and all of this stuff. That's just the side of the culture that people need to understand happens, and it's just out of the pure competitiveness between each company. That's all it is. If you take it any further than that, you have lost your mind. And that's what's going on out here. People tend to want to play on platforms that suit them. What suits you is not for everybody. You can't sit here and make something out of something just because you don't see it. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean that, oh, it's corny just because you don't see it. That's insane to think like that. Nobody should feel as if they can't succeed simply because they think they're not cool enough, or they don't have the resources or the popularity that most people have, and feel like if I game on something, it's not worth talking about. No, gaming is about gaming. Gaming is about gaining your experience and being able to talk about your experience. That's what gaming is all about. And the core of it is about having fun. Regardless of where you think gaming should be at with these companies. You don't make the money decisions for these companies. And then you got people out here defending this nonsense. But when a person literally texts on social media, he literally texts, you can forget about the video he put out. We can call that fake all you want to. But when a person actually texts his feelings, come on, man. You can't deny that kind of stupidity. You got to call it out. And if you're a real gamer in that community and you don't stand up for stupid stuff like that, you should call it out. That's the only way you're going to get rid of the dumb stuff, is by not making it popular, by not making it okay. Because as long as they think things are cool like that, it ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop. It's up to gamers to stop the nonsense. It's up to the real gamers to stop the nonsense. Like I said, I don't care where you game on. The Xbox brand is making adjustments for me. I just like it because I like the controller aspect. I like live. I like the social aspect of it and the community. That's why I like Xbox. And that's why I'm good being where I'm at on Xbox. Game Pass is phenomenal. It's the customer service and customer integrity on how they treat their customers are okay with me, I have no complaints. So therefore, my investment they see suits me just fine being with Xbox. I don't care if Xbox doesn't sell as much as PlayStation does. I don't care if my Xbox, some of my Xbox games go over to Windows 10 PC. I don't care if some of these devs make a decision on bringing their games over to Steam. Hey man, the more people who can play a game and enjoy it, like I can, the merrier. I don't care, because it never mattered. That never mattered to me anyway. Now that might be a problem to some, but that's not a problem to me. I'm not gonna sit up here and tag devs just because I'm upset because now somebody gets a chance to play a game that I'm playing. Like that's so feeble-minded, it doesn't even make any sense. So we gotta call it out like we call it out. It makes no sense at all. No sense at all that people should feel compelled to tag these devs, waste their glorious time. I mean, waste their glorious time to sit here and really be in shock about how some people act. They're in shock. It just lets you know if they're in shock. That lets you know how much they pay attention to the streets, man. Because we're not shocked. We see the stupidity every single day. We're not shocked at all. That's the funny part, is that the devs are shocked at how some of us act. They shouldn't be shocked at all. I mean, this is how it is out here. It's crazy. You know, everybody can't have a big platform, man. Everybody can't have a big platform. And those that do can do whatever they want on it. If you don't like what they do, go to something else, man. Stop wasting your time being such a hater. I mean, if you're so-called gaming, then game. You shouldn't be so in tune on what others do. Do what you do. Make gaming fit for you. Because that's what gaming is all about. A personal connection, a personal experience, and you share it, whether it be by co-op or not. Whether it be by multiplayer or not. But when you put your hands on a controller, on a mouse, keyboard, and you're playing these games, man, the bottom line is to have fun. Stop bothering these devs with just simple, feeble mindsets. Stop acting stupid. You know what I mean? When people are excited about what's happening on their platform, stop knocking it down so much. They're not attacking you. You shouldn't feel some type of way. That's that funny stuff, man. That's that severely funny stuff. Play what you like. Play what you play. The best way to show people you do what you do is by showing them what you do. All that talking doesn't mean anything. We don't care that you feel like, hey, the PC's still the better place to play. We don't care. Our Xbox, our next Xbox has already satisfied us that there's only one graphics card out there that towers over it. And it should, right? For $1,200? We're not trying to pay no $1,200 for anything. And 98% of you PC gamers feel the same way. So we're fine. If we get 60 frames per second and above, we're excellent. We are excellent. And by the way, once again, shout out to Ori, right? This game is amazing. The load times, nobody's talking about the load times. Man, this game basically doesn't even have any load time to it. So Microsoft is already doing it with the X, man. With the, you know, with the time spent, the given time that can be spent on these games, the no rushing aspect, games like this can be created. And I'm finally glad that Xbox is putting out games that actually truly define next generation. It's been a while. It's been a while since we were able to just sit here and get a game that literally has no load time to it. But us Xbox fans can say we got one, and it's Ori. This game basically has no load time. No load time to it. You die, it puts you right back on. I mean, you're not waiting at all. And the X is the first to do it. It's innovative. It's showing the future. It's showing the future. We have a game now that's showing the future. Our certainty is great now. It's just going to become greater and greater and greater. No, do I think that all games are going to go to every platform? No, I don't think that, because that's not healthy. I think that some games will go on multiple platforms because of the value aspect that the game can bring. I think that's how they're going to judge games from now on. Some games will stay on that platform. Some games may just go to one platform, and then some games may just be spread it out all over the place. But I think that they make a conscious decision on the value aspect of it, and they see the numbers, and they say, you know what? Hey, let's see what happens if we put it over here as a community aspect, and let's build the game that way. So the more engagement you have, the better off and healthy the game stays and remains. So we got to learn how to understand the culture that we're in. We have to learn how to have approach. If you're going to have a debate, man. Have a logical debate, but make sure it makes sense. Doing all this corny stuff, that's crazy. Rattling up the community. You can see Sony is getting tired of y'all, man. They want to move and do something that they know is better for their company, and you guys are threatening them. You guys are threatening them, saying that you ain't going to buy no more games if they continue to put games somewhere else. That's about as stupid as it gets, man. Because that shows us that you're not a gamer anyway. That gaming to you was not the #1 focal point. The focal point is you want to keep the toxic console wars going on. You love the fact that you smear something that doesn't even make sense. Like, the console wars that y'all are about brings no value. You bringing no value to the game. Like, after it's been told so many times that console sales make so little profit for these companies, yet you guys cannot seem to get that out of your mind. You can't get it out of your mind because it only shows that must be the only focal point that you guys got. So either it's like we say you guys are not doing, which is gaming, and y'all are content with just knowing that the console sells because you're not putting in work, or that it never was about gaming to y'all in the first place. It was just you guys want everybody to buy a PlayStation if they want to play these games. But man, everybody doesn't want to play a PlayStation. There's a lot of people who don't just follow the crowd. A lot of people ain't clout chasers. The PlayStation doesn't bring that much great experience to the game anyway. A lot of people don't like to just sit on their couch and be on a single player experience with all these walkthroughs and soap opera games. There's a lot of people that want a different kind of excitement, because single player experiences is one of the oldest experiences in gaming. Okay? Competitiveness is the only thing older than it, but multiplayer is the newest. So when you're thinking single player experience, yeah, we know what single player experience is. That's nothing new. We know what having one versus one is. That's nothing new. People like to have an engagement of community within their gaming now, more than ever. This is why shooters are so important and so popular, because people like to engage themselves with their teammates, have fun, get off from work, be able to socialize, and that's the whole point. It takes gaming to a much more broader aspect and much more fulfillment. So yeah, guys, like, it's nothing wrong with having debates. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of something, but when you take it to a level of just pure stupidity, now you make yourself and your community look stupid. Get off those comment sections, making a complete fool out of yourself, making tweets that you're tagging these devs who work so hard, who are amazed at your level of stupidity, because you PlayStation guys already have a red, y'all already in the red spot for being toxic. If Sony decides to say, you know what, the hell with it, we're making this machine regardless because we want people, the true people of our platform, to come out and support us. We don't want to support these toxic idiots. Or if Sony actually makes an article talking about you guys, it's going to be the end of you guys, because they know just how important social media is. And if they clown you, then the rest are going to clown you. And then you're going to start getting banned and start being exiled. And then you're really going to start feeling lonely. So you're going to have to either get back to your gaming and shut up, or learn how to have approach now, get in the streets, talk like you got some sense, and stop acting stupid out here. I mean, because true gamers, that don't make us laugh. We don't sit up here and just be like, look at this idiot, and get engaged with that and come up on your comment section to give you popularity with your stupidity. Nah, we shun that. We look down on that. We're like, look, man, we understand that you upset, but man, get the bottle out your mouth. You too grown to be acting like a baby, man. Pouting going on. I hope everybody has a great day today. Thank you all for coming out. Listen to what I had to say today. Yo, shout outs to Old School G. And this has been the New Legal representing Di-RREC Gaming. And hey guys, I'll check you guys out the next show. You guys take it easy.